€50. In return, GPS, water resistance, a number of spots to be tracked, and colorful touchscreen with automatic brightness. How is that even possible? Let's inspect. Welcome, Tech for Our channel, nice to meet you, Michael, and this is the Mi Watch Lite. Right next to it, the latest Mi Band, showing you both because when Xiaomi launched the Mi Band, it was actually €39. Now it's often discounted, the other day I saw it for less than 30, but the point is that 39 versus 49. The Mi Watch Lite truly covers the features of a fitness tracker. It has pretty much twice larger display, a lot more features including GPS, a new navigation interface and a new smartphone app. Given the features, price is unbelievable, so I can't wait to show you everything about it. It's pretty obvious that Mi Watch Lite is going to turn into one of 2021's best, mostly due to the price. Sure, it's gonna face fierce competition from other budget devices. Honor Band 6 is here already, Amazfit GTS 2, Redmi Watch, Huawei Watch Fit and so on. But it's a fact, we finally have a good fitness tracker, aka smartwatch, that is less than $50 and has GPS inside. One of the few similar alternatives that I can recall from the past is the Huawei Band 4 Pro, which is already a one-year-old model and costs about the same money. So let me show you the unboxing experience. While I'm getting the unit out of its original pack, let me mention that besides the black edition, there also are pine green and cherry pink editions. Funny enough, the model name is Redmi WT02, but it's not the same as the Redmi Watch released earlier this year in China. So there's nothing too interesting inside. User guide, charger and the watch itself, well wrapped in protective foil. Took me a while to get rid of that. At first sight, looks good, feels good, plastic build but definitely not cheap, rectangular display similar to Apple Watch, you guessed it right. I have to admit that apps navigation feels better on such form factor. Before digging into what it can actually do, let's get to know the hardware and the characteristics. 104-inch LCD touchscreen, not the brightest one on earth, but it's okay. 230 mAh battery, good for up to 9 days per charge. Inbuilt GPS, 50-meter water resistance, ambient sensor for auto brightness, HR sensor, TPU replaceable strap, and all of that weighs 35 grams. Obviously, it's unrealistic to expect more, so features like a microphone, speaker, or usage of Bluetooth earbuds or chest HR tracker are out of scope. But given the price point, I'm so far really impressed. Before the first use, make sure to charge the battery to full. The time you're gonna need for that is about an hour. I liked a lot the fact that Xiaomi used the sensors inside to let you use it as a desktop watch during that time, because take a look at how it rotates the digits during charging. There's not much of preparation that you need, only single button on the side which acts as a home button. I couldn't find a way to configure the long press behavior because it's doing nothing by default. Hopefully, this is going to be enabled as one of the new features with some of the coming firmware updates. So if you think that most of the magic happens via swipes on the touchscreen, you're gonna be right. Apparently animations are entirely missing. Instead of annoying you with slow drawing due to the weak hardware, Xiaomi have decided to entirely disable them for now. I remember seeing similar approach with the Amazfit Bip series, and once you get used to that, it's okay. The weird part though is that now even fitness trackers have animations, but it is what it is. Let's move on to the software side. Just like its bigger brother, the Mi Watch, we can see icons only instead of the usual icon and text layout. I was a bit annoyed at the start, but the fact is that all the apps that you need are just a swipe away because all of them are just 18. So forget about scrolling up and down to find an app, there are anyways only a few. If I may show it all, workout shortcuts, activity records, today's health summary, heart rate app, the sleep tracking app, breathing exercise, compass, barometer, music control. You gotta remember what these icons mean. Then we switch to the next page where we can find alarms, stopwatch, the weather, the find phone feature, a torch and a few others. You have a pull tab for quick access to things, swipe up and there's a torch. the raise to wake on and off trigger, lock option, do not disturb, and a 5-minute screen on enabler, similar to what Huawei and Honor wearables already have. If you scroll down, you can see the notifications. It's exactly the opposite kind of navigation to what most other wearables use. Luckily, as part of the notifications, app icons are being displayed and different languages are supported. Sadly, no way to respond or program predefined answers, but at least reading is possible. No way to display the photos you're going to receive either. This now is the HR measuring app in details. Works good and measures accurately. You can configure the watch to be tracking 24/7 and specify how often measurements are going to take place. Shortest is 1-minute chunks, and this will suck the battery a lot quicker than usual. I paid extra attention to the sleep tracking, precise and mostly accurate. It was noting down when I'm falling asleep and waking up accurately, but it never managed to catch the moments when I'm temporarily awakened by my wife's alarm, so I don't completely trust it. From the available options, I was only missing some more system settings, like the mentioned lack of button customization, no option for display timeout duration, and so on. I think that right now we could hope for some more add-ons during the future updates. What was truly well working is the display brightness. You can set it manually to a preferred mode, or go to the auto settings, which will increase brightness outside and decrease it indoors, saves a lot of battery and is good for the eyes at night. The smartphone app now, Xiaomi used the same app as the one used for the Mi Watch. The app is called Xiaomi Wear and it's rather new. I like the interface a lot, quite easy to navigate and reach the needed functions. I think it suffers from the very same disease as the watch setting menus, namely the variety of options. Yes, it covers all the basics, but it's not that feature-rich as the Mi Fit or the Zap apps, for instance, which control the rest of the Xiaomi wearable ecosystem. Pretty sure that Xiaomi will soon catch up. For now, you have a very good and detailed statistics about workouts. I'm really happy with the accuracy of measuring my football sessions, although for the purpose I could only use the outdoor running mode. Performance seemed legit and results are similar to what other proven to be accurate wearables report for the same kind of sport. Speaking of them, you have multiple sports options, but not as many as they are on the non-Lite Mi Watch version. The Lite covers the essentials. From the app you can visualize a lot of the metrics and get a good idea about the energy you consume per day and the way you rest and sleep at night. Right now, it's a bit of a hassle for athletes. There is still no integration with Strava and similar, but I hope to eventually see them arriving. Well, before we wrap up, here's a list with some of the features you won't get by this watch and some minor troubles I discovered. There's no always on-screen modes, no infinite scrolling that was bugging me a lot, no SpO2 tracking, no microphone and speaker, no Wi-Fi, no way to connect external Bluetooth devices, but you can at least control the music on your smartphone and soon to trigger the camera shutter. Also, I experienced a freeze, just one it required to restart, and generally I think the settings menu is still lacking certain features. All in all, for €50 or dollars, the Mi Watch Lite goes far beyond any expectation, and if you don't need AMOLED screen, 100 sports and SpO2 tracking, it's a worthy alternative to the twice more expensive Mi Watch and definitely something you should consider when choosing your next wearable device. It pretty much gives you smartwatch experience, fitting within the price of a fitness tracker, so now it's inevitable. I need to ask you about this place. Square or round display is what you prefer, and why? Make sure to leave a comment below, and as usual, I'll be keeping an eye on it for possible questions from your end. If you like the Mi Watch Lite, I invite you to check the description of the video for the best possible price I found for you. Thank you so much for being with me throughout this episode. Liking, sharing and subscribing are optional, but greatly appreciated. Stay fresh, take good care of your body and soul, and I'm Michael. Gonna see you in another episode. Bye!